understand your business well before you launch it, and you need to work somewhere. That's the advice I always give to youngsters. Don't think that straight away you can sit inside a air-conditioned room in a revolving chair and then take decisions. I have not signed a check for the last 25 years. I trust people right from the beginning. What I do, I will just ask myself whether this work I need to do, whether I can entrust with others. See, we are not saying that we are successful overnight. This is our 56th year. I am in the business for the last 43 years.
Our guest for today is AV Anoop, driving the legacy of the world's best-selling Ayurvedic soap, Medimix, a brand that brought Ayurvedic skincare into millions of Indian homes. He's also the author of U-Turn, a powerful reflection on purpose, values, and conscious business.
Hello, sir. Welcome to the Startup Operator Podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you.
I understand you have a very tight schedule, so really appreciate that you could squeeze in time for this. My connection with Medimix goes back a long time back.
Oh.
Very early in my career, almost 16, 17 years back, I was a sales guy, and I used to travel, various places, Trichy, Warangal, Calicut, etc. And we were on a budget. But one connecting thread between all this was the lodges would have the Medimix. Right? It was such a ubiquitous brand name. It was everywhere. So I'm really thrilled to host you on the podcast today. I want to start this podcast with the beginning of Medimix and more or less your journey actually.
Sure.
You had a government job, right?
No, I was about to join a government job.
Rather, you were about to join a government job. But then you took the unconventional path of joining the business instead. And in those days, jobs were scarce, right? So how did you make the decision?
No, it's a big story, long story in fact. It is written in my book, U-Turn.
Right.
My father was a government officer. He was a director of fisheries, Kerala. And actually, while I was studying second year degree, my father passed away all of a sudden.
Right.
So that was a big setback in my family. But since it was under dying in harness scheme, I was eligible for a government job after my graduation. So I was preparing to join, and that was my father's dream also to make me a government servant. My uncle, Dr. V.P. Siddhan, only started Medimix.
Right.
He went to Madras for his medical studies, joined Kilpack Medical College, completed his studies, and then joined Indian Railways as an allopathic doctor.
Right.
So during that time only he noticed the skin problems with his patients.
Right.
Then he thought of a medicinal oil which was used in our family. He gave to his patients. Then he found it very effective. Then for convenient use, he thought of making a soap and then dry.
Right.
So all started from there. First batch he made it in his kitchen only with the help of his wife, Saubhagyam Siddhan.
Nice.
And it was not a startup setup actually. He never wanted to be a businessman. So it so happened over a period only. For a long period, I think it was only a prescription product. He and his friends only prescribed the product, and only through some certain chemist shops the product was sold. So that's the beginning. But when my father passed away, Medimix, it was a small company in Madras, had a factory with 30-40 workers. And workers were all from Kerala.
Right.
Then they formed a union and went on strike, and he was forced to close his factory due to some issues. So that time only he asked me if I can come and take up the responsibility to reopen. And a lot of other issues were there.
Right.
So all happened like that.
One of the things that you mentioned, which is that it was a prescribed product earlier. Since then, Ayurveda has come a long way. And in fact, I think Medimix was the first mass market Ayurveda natural brand of that sort, I feel, at that scale also. Right. So what was it like convincing people, to use Medimix in the early days?
Skin diseases only, actually. Those
so it was
days, nearly
for
a decade,
right.
People found that it's very effective for all sort of skin diseases, dandruff, pimples, and other skin diseases. Even now it's very effective. But we changed our marketing strategy.
Right.
Over a period, then first we talked about instead of curing your skin diseases, for caring, skin care.
Right.
We made it as a skin
Cure
care
to
product.
care. Okay.
So then now it's a family product now.
Right.
It's all age group.
So in the early days, what was it like competing against some of the larger brands? Because FMCG is such a difficult market to enter. Unless you have large advertising, TV ads and radio ads and so on and so forth. It's very difficult to get into the living rooms and the bathrooms of people. Right. So how did you manage to get that kind of scale
Well,
and
that's what
distribution?
I joined in 82-83 period only.
Right.
Then I was that was a Herculean task to start a new factory that was outside Chennai because other union activities were there in Chennai. So after immediately we started one factory near Salem,
Right.
in a very very remote village. In a very small house we took, and then there only we were making
Right.
and supplying to immediately. But those days, many doctors Siddhan's classmates and other dermatologists, they were convinced and they started prescribing the product.
Okay.
See, though it's a very niche market, but seasonal diseases are likely to get for many
Right.
people. During monsoon, you get some diseases, and prickly heat during summer, and so throughout the year there was a demand.
Right.
But very limited market. But he thought that that's a clear market for him instead of directly competing with multinationals and other leading brands.
Right.
So it really helped in those days. But to make it a larger product, then we changed the strategy.
Right.
In 90s, you can say. After that, only the private channels came in 92.
Right.
Sun TV, Asianet and all. That we really utilized and then really got the benefit out of it.
Right. So one of the things that makes or breaks a brand is distribution. And, again, you have to convince the distributors to stock your products. And if it is, let's say, the Kirana stores, shopkeepers, etc., you have to convince them to display it prominently and so on. Now, that's a very difficult task to convince these people. And what I read is you don't even offer credit also.
Yes, that's
which is a very unusual thing
Yes.
in this business, because a lot of these guys are cash flow negative, as in they don't. They run on credit. So how did you manage to convince the distributors to stock the products?
No, first of all, we never insisted for buying 6 soaps or 12 soaps. We were willing to give even 2 soaps to retailers. Right. And our focus was initially in rural market. Right. Even family members, we used to go to all village areas, and even when we launched it in places like Bombay also, all electric train that route we travel, and station east and west of both side, all shops we cover, and but there's a psychology behind it. We are only asking you to buy 2 or 3 soaps. Those days, 2 rupees 60 paise or 2 rupees 70 paise. So if you invest 10 rupee, you get some 3 or 4 soaps. So we say, even if you are not able to sell the product, personally you can use it. Your family members,
Right.
It's a skin protective product. So you try. Once you try, and if you don't like it, then we can think about it. But the psychologists, they get credit for all other products. They don't care selling it. But in this, even though it is only 10 rupees, he has invested in it. So he'll have a tendency to push it first.
Right.
So when a customer come and ask for a soap for skin disease also, he will immediately say there is a product called Medimix, you use it.
Right.
So it really worked those days.
Right.
And especially in rural market. The villages now, and once they are convinced, they take one soap to home and then they find it useful, then they will, by word of mouth also, it worked very well.
Right.
And leading, our competitors didn't have a proper sales network. No sales representatives, or distribution was poor because of demand. That when the truck come to a particular junction, the retailers used to go and stand in the queue to get the product those days, and in premium. So I felt that it's an opportunity for us. If you introduce a proper distribution network, in the long run that helps you. So that also helped us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, basically, they had more skin in the game by investing in your. They were almost co-investors in your business.
True.
In order for
And
them.
even today, I'm proud to say that we don't offer any credit and all 100% advance we get.
So,
But it is affecting our growth rate. If I offer credit now, I can double the sale. This financial year itself, I can double. But we are not willing.
Right.
Because this is good.
How do you go from a local brand to a national brand, sir? In the sense that there are a lot of local brands that operate, let's say, in parts of Karnataka, parts of Tamil Nadu, and so on. But they're not able to break the ceiling. They're not able to cross borders and attract, demand elsewhere. So, what were those things? Like, for example, you mentioned Bombay. How was the Bombay journey like?
Well, it was very tough. In fact, language was a barrier.
Right.
And money also. We didn't have that much money to spend in Mumbai.
Right.
And even our stay or our food, everything was a difficult thing. But we managed. The point is, see, those days, Kerala or Tamil Nadu business people, especially family-owned business people, they were reluctant to take their business outside their area. And to trust people also, it was difficult. See, when you start a new factory outside our state or start a branch outside our state, those days people used to think of appointing someone from own family or at least known people from our own village. It was very difficult for many people to take that decision. Yeah. In fact, there were some people, today they are all big names. But one such company owner asked me, my father is not willing, he is not permitting, then how we can expand. But once the father approved it, they became a global brand. So like that, whoever decided to take their product outside, trust people. Trust is more important. You might have noticed many jewelry shops or textile shops now, because I was born in Kerala and studied there. Trivandrum or Ernakulam or Thrissur, all those areas, even after 50-55 years, when I go back and when I see some popular shops in the main area, still they are very popular. They are the leader in that area. But still the only one shop, same people are managing it and same. But whoever decided to start outside, you can take jewelry or even there are so many brands from Kerala now which are global.
Right.
So,
yeah. I mean, that's a common trend we see. Typically, the setting is the same, except that the father will make way for the son and the son will make way for his children at some point. Lot of consultants would have perhaps approached you, when you were trying to scale this further, right, and become like go to multiple states and so on and so forth. But rather, I mean, you chose to focus on your own skills and your own convictions and did it. I think that's a recurring theme in your life. You listen to your own voice.
Yes, true.
How, sir? I mean, how do you develop that conviction?
And it was a family effort and a team work also. Most of our team members, they are with us for many years. And if you notice in the market, now let's for example, you take South Indian market. So we considered all the states equally, or irrespective of the language or their living standard or whatever it is. Now if you look at it, only Medimix is having same market share in all the states. Southern states, whereas any other leading brands, now Tamil Nadu, Hammam is the market leader, but they are not the market leader in Karnataka, or their market share is not equal to that they are having in Tamil Nadu. Or Andhra, if you take Sandur is the market leader, but they are not that good in Tamil Nadu or Kerala. It's like that I'm saying. Whereas our market share remains same in all the states, more or less same.
Right.
So that was the effort we put in. We considered and our marketing strategies. See, we used to participate in all festivals, irrespective of the religion,
right.
Christian, Muslim, or Hindu. All festivals we used to participate, temple festivals, church festivals, and unique type of publicity we used to do.
Right.
And that also really helped us.
Right.
Sampling, another thing. So, and many people use the product only when they get a skin problem or when the doctor advised or by word of mouth. But slowly only, see, we are not saying that we are successful overnight. This is our 56th year. So,
Right.
and I'm in the business for the last 43 years.
Wow.
So,
Amazing. You must be meeting a lot of distributors in these different states.
Yes.
And, typically, like a brand, it will have this annual day or something of the sort where they call the distributors and, they have some speeches and so on and so forth. But you have a different way of doing this.
so only recently I did it differently.
Right.
We also used to have big.
What was the change? What was the reason?
That when I went to a market recently, about 2 years back, I noticed that there are distributors who are with us for 35 years, 40 years. There are even in Hyderabad recently when I went, there are even 50-year-old distributors I know.
Wow.
So, but one thing I noticed, they don't remember the people who initially approached them, or even they are not even remembering the founder's name. They say that they are dealing with many products. And when I ask them, have you attended any programs of Medimix? Yeah, many times. What do you remember? They remember some entertainment and after that some cocktail party or something like that.
Right.
Not more than that.
Right.
So when I ask them the reason, when thousands of people are attending a function, we go there, we listen to chairman's speech, but you will not get a chance to interact with the chairman. And only very few people get an opportunity to receive a memento for the performance-based memento. And random people only get an opportunity even to talk in front of other distributors. Then only I thought in a different way. So I thought, why not I think of a cluster meeting, each state. So I started with the Tamil Nadu.
Right.
This happened once when I went to Coimbatore. I informed some of the distributors, about 20 distributors in and around Coimbatore, including the Pollachi or Tirupur or places like that. Simply I informed that I am here. Those who want to meet, they can come. But to my surprise, about 20 distributors came.
Right.
So I had a very, very fruitful, interesting interaction with them, and they asked me many doubts and clarification, and their observation about the brand, and so I felt it good. Then I discussed with my sales team and thought of arranging cluster meetings. Tamil Nadu, we divided into 8 clusters, and we completed it. Karnataka also we did it in 6 places. Then Telangana, Andhra, all the states I finished it.
Right.
So, we called it Dine with MD instead of distributor meeting. And strategy was, we just told them that we will not ask you your achievement, target achievement. We will not give you new targets. No pressure, nothing. It's a forum where you can talk anything. We will not give you any pressure or anything. It's an opportunity for everyone to interact, everyone to take a photo with MD. And now I'm very happy because personally I am known to all my distributors.
Right.
And they can also very proudly say that I know our MD personally. And to my surprise now, that photograph everyone is keeping in their shop.
In their shops.
So that's also a very good, very positive thing.
Right. No, I think these are the small things that actually build the brand.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And even even our sales managers who joined us recently also, they were saying they work for many multinational companies, very big, other bigger companies and all. They never heard about this, but I will continue this kind of thing.
Fantastic. When you have a smaller distribution, it's easy to get feedback from the customer because your customer maybe lives, let's say 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, maybe 20, 30 kilometers away, right? You can maybe get to hear what people are saying about the product, right?
You get the right information. And when you go to personally go to a market, maximum 10 or 15 shops I visit. And the information what I get from them need not be right. Because it's only a random information. Whereas when I discuss with all the distributors in all the states, the right information will come to me. So for example, the one immediate change I implemented was the weight of Medimix case. One box, cardboard box, was about 24 kilos. So there is a general impression that people are finding it difficult to carry and sell it. And also, it contained 300 soaps. So the distributors told us that we are not able to push one case because they are asking less than that.
Right.
So then immediately we reduced the case size. We reduced to 240 and the weight has come down now to 18 kilos. So anyone can handle it.
Right.
It worked very well. They are all very happy now.
Right.
Like that, So it's a very small thing, but unless you get a direct such comments from the people who are day-to-day handling it. Sitting at my head office, it's difficult to take such decisions.
Right. I think it's even more important as the brand scales to have that connection to the ground, to understand what's actually happening at these shops in order for you to innovate and improve the product and service. Right. So, starting with soaps, how are you expanding across personal care? Because the customer preferences also has changed. Even over 5-10 years, the customer preferences has changed.
Very much.
And obviously, post-liberalization, there are lot more brands. Post-COVID, there are a lot more brands. So how are you changing along with the preferences of the customers?
That's a challenge we are facing. Even in our R&D, they are asked to think of launching products after 5 years, after 10 years and all. Not today's products. If you develop another Me Too product, it's not going to work. So we need to understand the customer preferences, changes happening. So it's a very challenging thing. We don't know what will happen. So for example, now we are selling a soap bar. Most of the countries now, people are slowly switching over to liquid soaps.
Body
wash, shower gel, like that. So whereas time has not come in our area. Because our product is ready, but if I launch now, it's going to fail. So we have to wait for the right time to launch a product. When we launched our hand wash, people were not keen to use hand wash. People were actually, even when you go for a wedding ceremony and all, most of the wedding ceremony in South, when you go, after the wedding, once the shutter of the dining hall opens, there is a mad rush. Nobody will ask where the washing place. But after having food, they will ask, where is he? So even doctors or anybody, even any senior people, that was our practice. But now, slowly after Corona gave us a lesson. So Corona helped us in establishing a new product. Now hand wash is doing well post-Corona. So it's like that. But sanitizer, during Corona time, it was a fast-moving product, but now it's zero. Completely gone.
When you look at a successful business or a successful person, generally when people look at them, they feel like they have achieved everything. Everything it's a Midas touch. Basically, everything they have touched has turned to gold. They have not had any failures as such. But that's not always true. Can you talk about a few failures, over the last 40 years and what you learned from them?
No, many failures. In fact, failures are more than our success, because success is over a long period. The biggest failure, what I still believe, is that we are not able to develop another brand. We are still depend on the same brand, and again the same product. See, Medimix Classic, that original green soap, is still our breadwinner. We have launched another 5 more products: glycerin soaps, transparent soaps, sandal soaps. It's all doing well. But comparing with our original Classic, the sale of those products are nowhere. So I'm trying, last 15 years, I'm trying to launch and sell one product equal to or more than that, which is not helping me, And many products we launched and withdrawn from the market.
Right.
Many products, including face wash recently.
Right.
We were forced to withdraw. So it's not easy. That is why I acquired a brand called Malam about 10 years back.
Right.
Because at least one established brand is with me now. But when we launch a new brand, it's difficult. Except now Ayurveda brand Sanjeevanam is there.
Right.
Ayurveda center. We have a good hospital in Kochi and in Chennai also. So under Sanjeevanam, now recently we launched a pain balm, ortho balm, which is getting reasonably good response from very effective product. So I'm thinking of developing that brand well and selling such products, pain management products.
Right. Yeah. So Sanjeevanam is the hospital vertical, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that we're seeing is this health and wellness category right now is booming. We discussed COVID, especially COVID, everyone has become a little more health conscious. Just this week I was reading that there's this famous fitness chain in the US called Equinox, and they have launched 5-star suites that are wellness centers. So typically how people go to a resort or a hotel or whatever, you can go to these wellness centers with your family or friends for a 2 or 3 day retreat, and there are all sorts of therapies and so on, and you come out feeling more recharged. Something like that with in India as well. I mean, do you think that wellness category is also developing?
It's developing very well, especially in Kerala.
Yes.
There are many wellness centers,
Right.
Resorts also. Most of the 5-star hotels and resorts are having Ayurveda centers now.
Right.
But our model is different. Ours is a multi-specialty hospital where you get all the facilities of a resort, but it's a hospital.
Right.
I am promoting disease-based cases only,
Right.
not as just a wellness center. For wellness also you can come.
Right.
But I'm happy to see that patients are coming from abroad and other parts of the country to get their to cure the diseases.
Right.
With doctor references, they are
Illness to wellness.
correct,
That way.
Correct.
Okay. You're now in multiple verticals. So health, food, films, a lot of these different things.
Personal care products.
Personal care as well. No, these are very different businesses. How do you manage each of these? I mean, is there a common philosophy for managing it?
There is a common philosophy. If you look at it, all are for human use only.
Right.
Human products only we are having.
Yeah.
Personal care, skin care, and internal food or medicine. Everything for human beings. So that way it's all come under same umbrella. And film also for that. But film, I'm not attaching it with my company. It's my passion.
Yeah,
Basically, I'm a stage actor and also now into films. So that's my passion. Personally I'm doing it, not
Right.
As part
of the
of my
group.
company business.
Okay. How does the film business work? I mean, it feels, all of us have grown up on films and so on. It's a creative art, right? So, I mean, how does the money side of the endeavor work? I mean, if you can just give us a little bit of an idea on how the film business works.
Film, if a winner can make really good money, even my recently last year, November, my movie Sukshma Darshini, which is released and it is available in now Jio Hotstar. Kannada also is there. Kannada, Tamil,
Right.
Telugu, Malayalam, all languages it has come. It was a super hit and with a very it was a low budget movie but super hit. So after that only I learned. I have produced more than 25 movies, but every year the marketing opportunity is changing, returns are changing, avenues are changing. I started my production company in 2007. Those days only Kerala market and also satellite. Some meager money we used to get from, but those days satellite channels, they used to give advance money. So we used to produce the movie with channel money and all. Now that is not possible. Then after that only now OTT has come. During Corona time only OTT opportunity. It was a very good opportunity actually. Really, it was really good. And now OTT and channel slowly,
They're dominating?
no, they are dominating in the sense they are negotiating, and the money,
Okay.
that much money they are not giving. They are not
Right,
willing
right,
to give. But overseas market is open now for Indian movies, which I never thought of.
Right.
Now, recent Mohanlal movie is released.
Yeah.
The collection is almost double from overseas than Indian collection.
Oh, for Emperor?
For Ramburan. So it's like that. Even my Sushma Darsini also, I felt it was almost equal. Indian collection and overseas collection was almost equal. And not Keralites are watching the movie. Or when Tamil movie is launched, not Tamilians are watching it. Or here KGF movie and all, not just Kannada people watched it. Everyone watched that movie. That's the opportunity now. Our regional languages are popular now globally.
Yeah.
And we are able to dub into other languages also.
Yeah.
So that way, it's a very profitable business if you properly do it with a proper script, proper artist, and properly if you market it, there's a good opportunity.
Right. Yeah, I think dubbing has come a long way now, especially with AI and everything.
It's very easy also now. Very
It's
easy and
quite easy. Yeah. Yeah. So when you started out in the business, it was very difficult. I would say more difficult to start a brand, build a business, and sustain it over a period of time. But now we see that, especially over the last 5 or 10 years, the startup ecosystem has grown tremendously, right? Today, I think there is enough support, infrastructure to start a business over a weekend, right? Any advice to founders who are especially interested in setting up like a consumer business like yours?
No, these are, as you rightly said, opportunities are more, but not in the conventional type of businesses or even FMCG. FMCG, if you look at it, last 15 years, I have not come across a new brand.
Not of certain scale at least. Right.
So, but whereas this post-corona, this online, when online opportunities are there, so many new, even what you are doing is also a new mode of marketing your product. So it's like that.
Right.
So I'm not very familiar with this new startup concepts.
Right.
But business is business. Basically, it's all same.
Right.
But you have a better opportunity than what we used to have, and it's easy to reach globally now.
Right.
Those days, within a small area, we were forced to market our product, and it took a longer period to take it outside our area. But now it's very easy. Overnight, you can make it a global brand. So that's the opportunity. But understand your business well before you launch it. And just Google and learn something, and it's not possible.
Right.
And you need to work somewhere. That's the advice I always give to youngsters. Don't think that straight away you can sit inside a air-conditioned room in a revolving chair and then take decisions. It is possible for some people, but unless you work and understand how the governance of a company, you understand by working in the flow.
Right.
Understand it at least for 2-3 years, then do it. Then you will be a definite successful person.
Yeah. No, one of the things I realized when I started up my business some time back was that there is just so many other things than just product, because otherwise, you're just thinking, okay, you'll make the product and you'll sell it. But there's also like finance, there's also HR, there's also so many of these other things, which I think having an understanding from, working somewhere else will give you a lot more confidence when you're doing this for yourself.
Correct.
Yeah. So one of the things that especially this generation needs to hear is, how do you build a long career? You have been in this business for 40 plus years, right? And I still see that you have the same enthusiasm to do new things. You're saying that I need to come up with a new product, right? That can be the next Medimix. How do you maintain that enthusiasm? How do you have that perseverance to, play that long innings?
No, when you see success, that will motivate you. No doubt about that. And I do always multiple things. I'm not doing the same work I used to do. In fact, even when I joined the business, I was concentrating only production side, research and production side only. Now I am into sales and marketing also, and new products I tried, new markets I tried. These are all motivating factors when we meet new people, new market, and the response we get. Now I find that when we launched our product, especially export business when we started, we were targeting only Keralites and Tamilians. Because that's the two area. Of course, Karnataka is also a good market for us. But outside India, when you go, say Singapore, Malaysia and all, Tamil population is more. And Gulf market is Kerala. Because there are more Malayalis in Gulf than Kerala now. It's like that. So we concentrated only such language-based this thing only. But now I find that foreigners are using our product. So anyone who start a new business, always think of global market, not our people. See, our people already they are available here. The population is much more, in Karnataka or Kerala, and our people. But when you think of a global market, target the local people also, and it's working very well. Right. Like what I mentioned about movie. Now, I find that our product now in Taiwan, for example, when you take Taiwanese are using our product than any other product in Taiwan. Understand?
Right.
So it's like that. It's a big thing. Yeah. So that's the opportunity now. So when you launch a product, even if it is a very small idea, that's what I'm saying. Even your parents, traditionally they are into some small scale level, some businesses. But now, younger generation, when they start a startup, think of that also, taking it globally. There is an opportunity because you have the traditional knowledge and the experience behind it, family experience behind it. Right. Make use of it. And there is a tremendous opportunity.
Right. How do you prioritize family in all of this? Because you seem like a man who works really hard, right? And typically, people as well, younger people feel that, they need to prioritize their career first, they need to chase success, they need to chase wealth, all of those things. And so family becomes a number 2 or a number 3 priority. So how do you prioritize family as well in this entire journey?
No, our career also you have to prioritize. See, initially, when you're in a startup business, maybe the first 5 years, your first priority is your business. Yeah. Definitely. Right. You are forced to neglect certain even family or your own personal needs.
Your health and
But once you establish it, you'll have to reprioritize your things. Balance it.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Right.
And don't think that I'm full-time into business and all. I always say that I'm only a part-time businessman. Right. Because I'm into acting and I'm into music and because I enjoy my life.
Yeah.
So it is possible because I have delegated my work. I trust people right from the beginning. Right. So what I do, I will just ask myself whether this work I need to do or whether I can entrust with others. I always say that now 1,000+ people are working with AVA Group. I believe that all the people at different levels in my group are better employees in their respective areas than me.
Right.
So I should not interfere in their work and give them instructions. They know that work better than me. I believe that. Right. So I'm able to get more work from them and in a better way.
Right.
So and I have not signed a check for the last 25 years. Only my personal check I'm signing.
Wow.
But company check I have not signed. Yeah. So all delegated, authorized to other people, which is working very well. And they are also showing that dedication and they are also happy.
Right. I think that's also a very key aspect to scaling any business, because generally, my earlier question on why some of the local brands don't expand nationally or even internationally, oftentimes the core group, the family is not willing to trust people outside of their circle and to expand. So that is what happens.
So now your question that family type, because my mother is with I lost my father 44 years back. So mother is with me all these years. So I spend time with mother, my family members, and yearly once or twice we go for a family tour. And in a different way also the family this thing. I don't know whether you have seen in any interviews. Post-Corona time, 2 years, my children were with me those days. My mother, 3-4 generations we were together. But my extended relatives, cousins and their family members and all, last 2 years we couldn't meet, due to that Corona period. So I wanted a family get together. That's it's my policy that every year I meet them. When I travel, any country when I travel, I first check any family members are living in that country. I go and meet them. Or in Kerala also, in a turn-wise, I meet all my family members. And once in 2 years, some family gatherings we are in. Then some marriages automatically it will come. So this time I suggested, post-Corona, okay, let us have a family get-together. But the response was, look, in the family there is a WhatsApp group. Everyone said that children education, travel not permitted and issues like that. Then I just posted that, during this family meet, whoever attend that meeting will get an opportunity to act in my next movie. 100% response. So I planned a short film. I entrusted that work to one of my family members. Direction also a family member. Lyric also family member. And finally, 59 people I selected to act in this movie. Age group, if you look at it, from 85 to 5 years. 5 to 85 years age group, 59 people. That became a world record.
Wow.
And not only that, 3 channels telecasted that movie. Came out so well.
Wow.
And I noticed that all are capable, all are talented.
Right.
Understand?
Right.
And that those 5 days, 5 days actually shooting happened. It was the best period in my lifetime, I can say.
Fantastic.
Because no other worries. Even ladies, they don't have to think of preparing food or anything because production food will be there.
Right.
And we were discussing only about the characters, subject or dialogue, and where the camera we can fix. And this is the way.
Right.
So 5 days. And the people acted in that movie also, district judge or director of one department in Kerala, health department director.
Wow.
All such people were there, all family members. It was so. I always give. So that was my father's side, and I also did a movie with my mother's side also. There also response was equally good. So it's like that.
Fantastic. I think you can bring the same amount of innovation to all aspects of your life, right?
And interestingly, production cost of that movie is less than a get together in a 5-star hotel. Understand?
Right.
So, but this will last forever.
Yes.
Last forever, and millions of people are watching it. And also, most importantly, you think about after 50 years, it's there in now YouTube or any channel, OTT and all is available. After 50 years, you just think about it, man. The next generation, when they see it.
Yeah. No, fantastic. I think certainly an unforgettable memory for each of them.
Yeah, each of them, yes.
So, all thanks to you.
Yes.
How did you write the book? What prompted you to write the book?
Again, during Corona time only,
Okay.
because I had enough time. Lot of changes happened in my family. My daughter, who is a law graduate and MBA from abroad, now she has turned, because they are all part of our business also. But now my elder daughter, she is a full-time artist now, pet portrait artist.
Pet portrait.
Pet portraits.
Wow.
So
Okay.
she's getting, people are sending the photographs or videos of their
Very
pets,
nice.
and then she's very busy now professionally. And only through Instagram she's promoting, and without any proper training, professional. But she's doing very well. So during that period, I started learning flute online.
Wow.
So now I am able to perform movie songs and all. I am able to do. So like that, I read so many books during that time. Then I thought of, and my grandfather was a very famous writer in Malayalam. So all his books I read once again. Then the books are not available, out of print now. So immediately after Corona, I published all those books again, republished. During that time, I thought of writing a book, keeping all these memories that came to my mind, my childhood memories, and lot of challenges I faced, lot of interesting personalities I met, and during my travel time, not a travelogue, but different experiences that I had or that impressed me.
Right.
So all these things I developed and then wrote the book.
Right.
But I never thought that finally the book will end up with the penguin and all. Because I was even reluctant to tell my wife that I'm writing a book.
Okay.
From there, in Malayalam also, the DC Books, the #1 publisher from Kerala, only published it. And another, my luck was that Sri Shashi Tharoor has agreed to write the foreword.
Yeah, he's written the foreword. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. It's really inspiring to listen to your stories, sir. I mean, like I said, 40 years being in business and also maintaining all of these other wonderful facets, right? I mean, films, food, now flute as well. So many different things. I mean,
Acting is my passion, actually.
Yeah. All of these different things, very inspiring for our audience. Thank you again for making the time to be on the podcast, and really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was very interesting, good questions. All the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Startup Operator Podcast. I hope you liked this. And if you do, don't forget to share and subscribe. And also, of course, please get this very interesting book, U-Turn, by Anoop sir. And I'm really looking forward to reading this. It's available on Amazon, or you could write to the Penguin publishers as well. So, yeah, we'll see you on another episode. Thank you.